everybody. How are you? Hope you're having a good day. So, we're going to pick up where we left off with Chantal's live. I did a part one to her finally live, and this is part two. And I don't think I'm going to be doing a part three. I think after part two that I'm done for the day because there's really no sense in covering every single minute or every single second of the live. I'm just here to cover the live because, ladies and gentlemen, we are in the find out phase of the F around cycle. She effed around and now she's finding out, and I'm here for it. I am here for the finding out of the F around. And the beautiful part is, we in Girl World are not responsible for her finding out. We are not responsible for her effing around. We are just spectators. We're sitting in the bleachers with our snacks, our popcorn, our soda, our drinks, and we're watching all of this go down. And considering how she gave us nothing but boring content in Kuwait, we deserve this. We deserve to watch her find out since she effed around so much. So that's why I'm covering it. I will say that for this react, there is going to be no Twitter peep section. I know, boo. You guys like the Twitter peeps, I know, but I just did a react and I included the Twitter peeps, and there are no more at current time because she hasn't gone live yet. So we're just going to pick up where we left off with her live. And if she gets boring, I'll just skip ahead, try to cover as much as possible. So I hope you guys enjoy. Let me go ahead and just share the screen. So we're starting exactly where we left off. We're about 2 hours and 25 minutes out of a 5-hour, 52-minute live. So I hope you guys enjoy. And if you do, don't forget to like and subscribe. So let's get going with this.
Shit bag. Yeah. Basil? No, it doesn't taste like basil. Is that what they say?
I don't know if she's eating because she's hungry or because she and Salah are going back and forth with each other, getting snippy, and she's trying to control her temper. So she's using the food to calm herself down so she doesn't say anything really, really bad.
Listen to the ingredients. No, we don't even have time to do that. We only have 20 minutes.
24, exactly.
Oh, and she's going to give him the look. She's giving him the look right now. He's got her on the clock, and he's telling her, you have 24 minutes left. Look at that face. That is a beautiful face. I love that. Chantal, you are so photogenic, especially today. I mean, girl, you're giving me looks upon looks upon looks, and I'm saving all of these to make into thumbnails later. Thank you. Keep giving me some faces like that. Go ahead. There's another one. I'm gathering them all up. I'm putting them in my collection for future thumbnails. Thank you. I love when she makes these not happy faces. Go ahead, Foodie.
So, guys, you have to appreciate the electricity and the water and internet and everything in your life.
Yes.
Don't waste anything.
I've been to the souk and I loved it through Mark Wiens. Yeah, I want to do that.
Dodo Bird says, does Julia overheat without AC? Yes. Yes, she does. Because she's a long hair cat. And you got to be very careful. Just like people overheat when it gets too hot, so do animals. She's a long haired cat. I mean, the kindest thing that Chantal could do for Julia in that heat is to give her a lion's cut and cut down some of that fur so that she could stay cooler, and then just keep an eye on her. And if it gets really hot, like rub her down with like some wet washcloths or something just to keep her cool and put her in front of the fan. Just do something. Help that poor baby out.
I want to do that guy that pours the drinks.
This hard life teach you too many lessons.
Yes. Julia doesn't know because it doesn't get that hot. For me, it's hot.
Excuse me. Excuse me. Ma'am, I've had long haired cats before. They get hot. And they give you signs when they start to overheat or they get too hot. They'll do what they can to mitigate the heat. Like they'll go in a cooler room of the house and hang out there. They might go underneath cabinets looking for that nice cool spot so they don't overheat. They might go lay in the bathtub. They might splay out on a tile floor. Don't say that cats don't overheat, animals don't overheat, because they do.
Because I'm used to living 24/7 in AC and central air with fans going. For the normal person,
You just need a fan, a fan only to move the air.
Yeah.
It's not hot. Yeah, it's cool weather.
Julia's bees and hey, she's scratching the 7 couches.
Well, if you don't want her to scratch the couches, get her a scratching post, stupid.
And we had to get insurance on the 1950 on this plate, 1951 stove, a fridge. But that's how it is. That's how it is here. It's normal.
You know what? She keeps harping on the 1950s refrigerator. Y'all hold on a second. I'm going to go look something. Okay, so I just went to go look at 1950s refrigerators. I've actually seen pictures of them on Twitter before, and I thought they were doggone cool. Besides, most things that from the 1950s, they were built to last. A lot of appliances from the 1950s are still kicking it. So I don't know what she's talking about, but I want to show you guys what she's harping on. Because like I said, I have seen pictures of 1950s refrigerators and I thought they were cool. Like, let's take a look. So I'm sorry, I don't see anything wrong with this. As a matter of fact, I think that a 1950s fridge, like look at all the extra features. You've got shelves that like rotate to help get stuff out. I see nothing wrong here. If somebody said, hey, I got a 1950s refrigerator to give you, I would take it with a smile on my face. What's wrong with it? What is wrong with it? Oh, look at that. All those extra compartments. Heck yeah. Look at this. Places over here, compartments down here, stuff for your butter. Why not? What is the matter with it? Nothing. I love vintage stuff. Vintage stuff is built to last. If it's well taken care of, I say bring it on. Bring it all on. Ooh, look at this. Look, 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 look. What a cool fridge. Oh my God. I'm loving it. I'm fangirling over it. Oh, that's nice too. And this and that. Heck yeah. Bring it. Bring it to me. Ooh, I am just loving that yellow fridge. It would go so well with the paint here. Almost blend right in. Y'all see anything wrong with the fridge? I see nothing wrong. Nothing at all. Nothing. Cool stuff. Anyway, we're going back to Chantal and her going off on 1950s refrigerators.
Now the fridge was wrong. Okay, Granny.
And can I ask a question? Why do they need 7 couches? Why was 7 couches a requirement? Why do they need 7 of them?
Thank you. That's humbling to hear Salah say that.
And Chantal, what happened to, I'm going to lose so much weight here in Syria? Not if you keep eating like that.
Honestly, we had a lot of fun though the past few days, so you don't know.
Yeah, that's because you just arrived. You had just gotten there. You weren't on his last half of a nerve yet, but you are now. I say give it a few more days, girl world. Like, he's not going to last and she's not going to last. She doesn't like to be uncomfortable, and she is all kinds of uncomfortable right now, and so is he.
Wait.
Thank you, WNC Granny.
Yes. No, there's packaged. Look at. There's a lot of packaged food. Are you very rich and well off? I don't know. But no, I'm not.
Guys, Salah just sounds tired. He was napping when the power went off. He doesn't sound mad. LOL. Facts.
Will you give Bear my love and let her know that I'm extremely sorry for her loss? Oh, private dancer Bear. Are you here, Bear? Bottle of water. How much is a bottle of water? How much is a bottle of water? 30 cents.
4,000 Syrian pounds or 5,000. Like between 4,000 to 5,000.
Which is how?
Which is 40 cents, 50 cents. USD.
50 cents. Okay, now. Thank you.
Chantal, hurry up and eat those chips. My God.
Plumbing? I don't know.
No, I didn't sell my company. Still, it's working there.
I gotta finish these chips. They're getting stale.
I have partners
You just got there. How can they possibly get stale? You just arrived. They're not going to get stale.
there. I have employees still contacting me with them. Don't worry.
Deftones. Stella, can you find me a nice Syrian man? Thank you. Christine, thanks for the super chat. Oh, come on down, Andy. Tomb of John the Baptist? No, Carefree.
You must visit Syria.
Everything is ancient, so it's going to be interesting history, but
The valleys, the mountains,
should I be doing that?
the nature. It's all out there.
Yeah. Listen,
The farms.
yeah. The valleys, the farms. I let my sink run for minutes and leave the room when it's running. I used to do that. Now, never. If you want water, you can't buy a person. Come on.
You tried, though. You tried to buy a person. You tried that more than once. You tried to do it with Nader, and you tried to do it with Salah. You didn't learn your lesson with Nader, so you went to summer school with Salah. I'm just going to say it again. You did not want a boyfriend. You did not want a husband. You wanted a slave. You wanted to walk up to someone, pay for them, and once you paid for them, you own them. And after you own them, they are your property, and you could tell them what to do. What is that if not a slave? What is that if not a slave? I bought you, I paid for you, therefore you are mine. Therefore, no matter where you go in the world, you still belong to me. And even if I make you unhappy, it doesn't matter. You're still my property. I have ownership over you. You just won't let go. Even though it would make sense to let go, you'd have every reason in the world to let go, you won't let him go. Because he is paid for property, according to you.
That's immoral. Hey, Wolf Pup. I'm not really talking about that people watcher, but material girl. Well, I'm sure there are, Brie Mac, in every culture.
There is no crazy for because There's no keyboard here.
Yay! You hear that, girl world? There's no keyboard. We don't have to be tortured by Crazy Frog.
Just for the people who requested in the chat. You have zoomies? Zoomies, right? She has zoomies.
She's hyper. What you do? What you do?
Is she hungry? What are you guys feeding her?
Shibisawi. Why is the rooster working overtime? They're only supposed to start roosting at
Should be at 5.
5,
or 6.
5:30.
Chantal, I used to live in Oregon. And the place that I lived at, there was a small farm right next door. And those doggone roosters would start singing around 3, 4 in the morning. They got to work early. And there were 2 of them, and they would go back and forth with each other. It's like they were having a contest who could crow the loudest. And this would happen every day. Be happy you only got 1 rooster versus 2 or 3 or 4.
5:34 the rooster every day. Like, how do they don't have a watch. How do they know?
They just know. Kevin knows.
And Julia likes the rooster. Baby.
She like the window.
Thanks looking. Thanks for being here, guys. That, you know, I wanted to go live, but like I said, we haven't just been sitting in house miserable. No. You know,
We'll take you for something like a special place, and
Yeah.
we'll go live.
yeah.
So Triumph Chick says, LOL, my roosters did whenever they wanted all day long. Yeah, they did. They do what they want.
Well,
Just like you, Chantal.
there's no internet.
That depends. If they are lucky, they can see and watch the live.
Yeah. Oh, they do it all day long. Oh, sorry, Tracy. Okay. I have to go. You and Salah take care. Okay, Tracy. Thank you.
Thank you, Tracy.
Yeah, there's missiles. I don't know. They haven't landed here. I don't think. The leftover. Sometimes they miss the target and land here. Yeah. Not a family member, Morticia, but yeah, somebody in our building invited us. Like, people are just so hospitable and nice here. And
I have to ask the question. Did you tell those people you were pregnant? Is that why they're being nice to you?
the traditional Syrian food is so good. Isn't that scary? Yeah, a little.
I saw a funny comment. Wait, where is it?
Okay, so this person, Rosie Leon, says, when do we get a Syrian mukbang? I'm sorry. Being in a place where there are food shortages, I would think doing a mukbang there would be in very, very bad taste. Being in a place where there's not much food to go around, a lot of people worried about food, starving, and she's going to do a mukbang. Rosie, you're suggesting for her to do a mukbang. Isn't that a bit tacky?
Yeah, Nina.
About the rooster, wait.
Syrian Mukbang. Soon, Rosie.
No, don't do it. Don't do it, Chantal. Don't do a mukbang over there. You said that you and Salah were not going to stay there. Do your mukbangs elsewhere, because doing it over there is just really bad form.
Makes a mention. I need to go live because I like it. I like to talk to you guys.
No, you go live because you need attention. You get lonely. And lately, you've been getting online and using your audience and the fact that you're live to get some kind of emotional validation from Salah in front of people, putting pressure on him to say that he cares about you, which is wrong. To use a whole crowd of other people because you're looking for attention and validation that somebody cares about you. You can't just talk to them privately. You can't say, hey, do you really care about me? And how do you feel? And do you love me? Without there being a crowd. I think you know the answer to that question. I think you know he doesn't care. So you're forcing him to say something he really doesn't want to say because you're desperate to keep up this Delulu land in your mind that he really does care, that there might actually be a chance. There's no chance. There's none.
7 couches.
I lost the comment, but it was about the rooster making like alarm for the next blackout. Not to wake up, yani.
Lori says, y'all get a van and transform it into a living space and travel. That would be amazing. Not gonna happen. If she can't do this, if she can't be in an apartment where things are less than ideal, can anybody imagine her in van life, which would be a lot worse? No, not gonna happen.
The lights are, you guys are gonna see, it's gonna go. Get a new van. Yeah, I don't know, Mary. Yeah, I mean, I haven't found anything about not being able to.
Chantal, I showed stuff on Twitter where unless you are in Syria under a proper work permit, you should not be making money. If you are a tourist, you're supposed to be going around and looking at things, but you're not supposed to be there making money, even online, even electronically. So you are already breaking the laws. But I'm sure you know this and you do not care. But maybe you're hoping that you going live for 6 hours, it is a silent form of electronic begging. By coming online and looking pathetic and talking about, oh, we don't have much electricity and water and blah, blah, blah. You're hoping that people feel sorry for you and send you money through PayPal without you asking them to. So if they send it, you're really not going to get in much trouble. There's no, for lack of a better word, paper trail that leads back to your PayPal. There won't be people looking at your YouTube channel and going, oh, she did this live, she posted this link, which led to money being sent over here. I notice you're not doing any super chat goals. I notice you're not posting your PayPal link, but you're online talking about your troubles. You're just waiting around, see if anybody picks up the silent bait and they get on the hook.
How are you not concerned?
This idiot, Eraser Head, says, can we get a mukbang on each of your 7 couches? Look, there's a Foodie in the chat. There are quite a few. That's just one. Can we get a mukbang on each of your 7 couches? You know what? All of you Foodies in the chat, if you care about her so much, rather than get on YouTube and look for her to do a mukbang and get your rocks off for free, why don't you pull some money together so she can go somewhere else and do the mukbangs? Because doing mukbangs in a war-torn country with very little food, again, tacky, rude, inconsiderate, very inconsiderate. Eraser Head. If you're a Foodie and mukbangs are your thing, there are plenty of mukbang channels on YouTube. You don't have to watch Chantal. Or if you want to see her doing mukbang, Why don't you pay for a plane ticket so she can get out of Syria and do the mukbang elsewhere where there aren't a food shortage?
I don't know. Maybe I am brave.
No, you're not.
I don't know. Like I didn't think that about myself. I have like two faces. Like
That's for sure. Yeah, you're right. You got two faces.
in a sense, one part of me like I don't. You know what? I'm tired of stealing and wasting my life in bed.
You're never tired of that. You went back to Canada and that's what you did. You sat in that apartment and you were smoking the shisha and you were doing your edibles and feeling no pain. I did that life and I hated it. But yet, when you were in Canada before Salah, that is how you structured your life. Sitting in your room, surrounded by trash, doing edibles, doing party favors, eating a bunch of junk food, and happy to live like that.
You know. And I know there's places you can travel and, but like life, living actual life.
You and Sarah just need to live like you're off the grid.
Salah, are you kidding me? She could never do off the grid life. That requires a degree of being independent and self sufficient that she does not have, sir. She doesn't have those things.
Like Mennonites.
ECP.
Yeah, like Mennonites. Amish. There's people that don't use the electricity. But I don't want to live that way. I don't want to live that way. Not living in a concrete jungle. If I lived in a valley, fresh air, don't need a fan.
Having a lot of blackouts make the people here know each other more,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
And be close to each other.
It's actually fun sitting around with many people,
Mm.
having shisha, eating sunflower seeds, having Syrian coffee,
Juice,
snacks,
coffee, tea.
She's describing this life. This is so much fun. Then why do you look so miserable? Explain, please.
laughing, joking, talking. Salah's a translator.
So, what is this life you're trying to sell us? You are not a people person. You don't like talking to people if you can help it, especially in real life. You become shy and insecure about the way you look. You avoid people. When you lived in Kuwait, you made a point to avoid people, only going out for food or basic trips, but you didn't have a circle of friends in Kuwait. Nothing.
Okay?
Yeah.
And honestly, and I'm just speaking from the heart here, I don't think that Syria is the place where you should be seeking out friends. And I'm not saying anything bad about the Syrian people. No, no, no. Um, pardon me. What I'm saying is, you are going to a place where a lot of people are suffering, and who knows what's going to happen. If you're walking around, if you're flaunting yourself, you're flaunting your money, if people catch wind that you have a lot of something, uh, something might happen to you. Like the best thing for you to do is to keep your head down and not flaunt what you have. And if anybody asks any questions, I'm broke. I don't have any money. That's what you say. I'm broke and I don't have any money. I don't have anything. I got nothing. Just say that. I got nothing. Keep yourself safe that way.
You meet a lot of people. It's over and over. Assalamu alaikum. Shlonich. Hey? Alan Wasalan. What do you do when the power's down? I don't know. Depends where we are, what we're doing. But if we don't stay at home for, a day or more, then we bring Julia with us. She's kind of, used to it.
If the temperature is 90 to 100 degrees in that house, if you guys have to go out, if you're in the car with the AC, you should be taking Julia with you. You should not be leaving her behind, not in extreme heat.
Some people have asked me about my life, yeah, and I've told them a bit, but yeah, I'm from a very different place than these people for sure. So I kind of just try to live in the moment. Honestly,
Okay, Noah Schwartz says Syria has real problems. People are starving. The kids who sell bread on the streets are doing it to feed their families. Stop romanticizing it, child labor. Stop complaining about the fast food there. Thank you. Thank you, Noah. Thank you. You tell her.
I feel like my past is irrelevant because most people I meet are Muslim, and the true Muslim way is there's not really a sin that's too great for you know Allah to forgive.
Yeah. Thank you, Bubbles.
And if he can, like I'm trying to just turn a new leaf and
So, Controlled Alt Della says if we donate to Salah's channel, can you access that money or no? Well, if he's got access to that channel, if that's his Google AdSense, that goes directly to him. And I'm not so sure he'd want to give that up to Chantal.
you know, not allow things to get to me to put me in a place where I get myself in trouble. And so I was doing laundry and listening. Oh yes, Dancer. Yeah, did you hear that, Dancer? Do you ever blocked or something? Hey, Rosemary's baby mama.
Control Alt, I think so. Yeah.
Naman Rudels says, as a Canadian, just how did you think this was a good move? I know you love Salah, but dang, girl, bad move. You should come home. From a fellow Canadian saying that.
Uh, I don't know.
So it's not just girl world that thinks that Chantal is either crazy or stupid or both doing this. Even her own Beezers are saying like this didn't make any sense. It still makes no sense.
I don't think you can. You'd have to go through hoops a bit. I don't know. I'm figuring out. I don't know. I don't know about mine, but do a lot of people know English, Evelyn? Not that I've met. Like, know English. I didn't tell them about Katima Vic. It's just mostly like, simple talk. It doesn't even get that far. A lot of people haven't even asked me what I do. They're not rude and invasive. They don't, you know what I mean? Pumpkin spice creamer? No, Angel Fly. Where are we at? Syria, Rosemary. I would have done the same as you did too, but if I would have told my mom, she would not have let me travel. Yeah.
10 minutes only.
No, I gotta go wash her. I'll be right back.
Okay, put that background.
I don't know, Rosemary's baby, how long we'll be here, but
That's why she was busy. Not so
yes.
online.
That's why I've been busy. Like when they have your attention, they take you in, they don't let you go.
And
They
and you have also invite you to sleep sometimes.
Oh my god, they don't want you to go home. I'm like, I have to go home to my, like. Anyway, I have to go home to my apartment and deal with the.
I'm not so sure that I'm believing this story about like Chantal walks in and the Syrian people are just fawning over her and they don't want her to go home. I'm not believing any of this. She doesn't exactly have the warmest personality.
I have to clean it. Like I want to clean and set it up, but the thing is like for example, you go visit, you'll have coffee, tea, like all kinds of food. Then they'll say, okay, let's go to the park. Okay, let's go swimming. Oh, let's go have shisha. Let's have let's do this.
You know what? I'm going to take a different approach here. Let's sliding doors. Let's just say she is telling the truth, which again, I don't believe. But let's just say she is, for argument's sake. Chantal's in Syria, and I don't know how long her and Salah are going to be staying there. But there are people around her, according to her, that are being very friendly with her, that they want to feed her and have cups of tea with her and go to the park. Here is your chance, Chantal, to make friends. They're bending over backwards to be nice to you. And that bothers you? That if you're around warm, friendly people, this bugs you? Like, you just can't win with someone like her.
Let's do that like all day until about 4 a.m. And then they start making a big dinner and,
Well, maybe that's because that's how their day is structured. Like they're trying to structure their day around the blackouts and the electricity and trying to work out when they can cook and when they can do things based on when they have electricity or when they have food and when they have resources and the money to get the food and where are we going to get the money and where are we going to get the food and how much can we get. I mean, like just trying to figure every day. It's like figuring stuff out that you take for granted.
And then, they'll sit around. Dabka.
And Flop Era says, ma'am, you did not go swimming. Stop the cap. Is she trying to say that she went swimming? No, I don't believe that either.
Dabka. Yeah, it's constant. Just, yes. You don't even have time to. Yeah, Cleo, I'm telling you. No, they wanted to go swim. Yes, I have my swimsuit.
Good luck getting into it, though. When's the last time you bought that burkini? It's been a while. And you really don't wear it.
Yep. But you swim in like a spring, not in a pool.
What? No. No. Don't put your dirty self in a spring, ma'am. No. Dirty up the water.
Why would you ever leave it? Leave then? No, I'm just saying that it's not all bad like you guys think. The people here are amazing. Depka, yes. I could never learn how to do it. Someone how to celebrate life. Exactly.
2 minutes for blackout.
Oh, I'm scared.
Warning.
Are you gonna go switch the power?
Yes.
You think the battery will work? I don't think it's gonna work.
Let me first.
Bismillah. Everyone say Bismillah.
I have to unplug the refrigerator.
Yes. Yes, I have a kitchen. It's actually got a really big island all around it.
American style.
Yeah, American style. We have a working washer apparently that probably takes half the water tank. So I probably just gonna wash in the sink. I don't know, in the bathtub. Go back to. I'm just gonna wash clothes like they did in the. People we were at their house, they were washing their clothes in the sink. So whatever. I don't care. I don't need a spin cycle to be happy. You switched it already?
Let me bring the other fan. It's take less watt.
The bedroom has a huge bed and a huge. I've never seen such a huge headboard. And then the closet is.
There we go.
It didn't work? Oh no. I can't order a twister sandwich today. That's going to kill me anyways. Honestly, a twister from KFC would probably kill me faster than any missile. The odds are. So I don't know why I'm worried about that. Like, really. Nina. No Amazon. It's true. You think, sealing shisha and ordering the twister meal every night was killing me faster than not having electricity for a couple hours, Will.
And you know what, Chantal, when you were back in Kuwait indulging in that lifestyle, even when you were back at the Canadian villa indulging in that lifestyle, and people were telling you, you need to get healthy, you need to go to the doctor, you need to go to inpatient, you need to get on top of your food issue. What did you do? What'd you do? You cursed people out. You really did. You cursed people out for caring about you. 1 second. All right, let's keep going.
Right? Remember in Kuwait? Now I eat pretty normal, you know?
Well, that's because you have to, foodie. The only reason why you're eating normal is because you can't not eat abnormal in Syria. There's not an abundance of food. There's not an abundance of fast food restaurants or food apps. Like I said, you are not in recovery, ma'am. You are dry. You are without the abundance that you are used to. If you had the abundance, I'm sure you'd be going absolutely bananas right now.
I mean, I just had some chips, but those were here forever.
Which tells me that the addiction monster in her head is saying, we want something. Give us something. Doesn't matter if it's old, stale chips, just eat something.
No USB keyboards. Can we send you batteries? No, we don't really. We just need to figure out a good setup and we'll be all right. We haven't had time to do it. Death, beauty, death by Twister, twisty misties. Yes, think of all the sugar laden fat. I know people are probably looking at my breakfast and thinking, look at the bowl of oil. It's olive oil. Like, olive oil is good for your heart. And you don't eat the whole thing. That's for like a million people to eat. Well,
Yeah, but Chantal, normally when you have a meal, you eat the portion of like 4 or 5 people. You don't do normal portions. You think that normal portions are not enough. You think you're starving if you eat a normal portion.
not a million, but for many more people. Not just my breakfast. But it's natural olive oil from the trees here. It's better than high friggin' whatever the oil is processed. You know. Uh, heat. Oh, it might be heat. Yeah, no, maybe.
And the picture that she posted of the breakfast, it's a stock photo. That wasn't her actual breakfast. Until Foodie does a live where she shows in real time the breakfast sat out in front of her, I'm not believing she eats like that.
Let's drink some olive oil. You could have a tablespoon a day, Adi, or just put it on stuff. It's very good for you.
So Fox Pondu says someone said it was a picture from an Arabic website. Yeah, it was. And you could tell it was too professionally done. Since when does Chantal show food pictures that look professional like that? Never.
It's a healthy fat. Just don't, I mean, drink the whole bottle, but do you have baby talk or talk powder? Oh, I don't know. I used it a lot in Bang. Oh, you went to Bangladesh? Was that like a rough lifestyle as well, or no? What are we eating these days? Syrian food, Syria diet. Yes, it's natural food. I mean, unless we go to KFG, I don't know. Even that, it's probably not frozen. Like KFC, it comes frozen in a bag. They probably go outside, get the chicken, kill it, and then cut it up and fry it. No, there's chicken places here. Arabe comme le français avec le féminin et le masculin. Oui. Je sais pas si c'est comme exactement le même, mais c'est proche. Like for example, if you say how are you to a man, you say kifek. For a woman, you say kifik. So an I, and for a man, it would be an A. There's stuff like that. Are you checking the battery? Get,
I'm putting the bed to sleep.
you're checking the bed to sleep. Okay. Sabah al khair. Yes, 7 times back in the day. It was really too hot too, and no AC. Oh yeah, kefik, kefik. Food hygiene? I have no idea. No sugar? Not really. Say paper 15. Eat the olive oil with lemon and spices? I hope so, Nicole. Hey, Saints. Yeah, the olive oil in my breakfast. So there's a olive oil in Zatar, and it's very popular. You take pita. Oh my god, one of Samal's friends. I say friends, but like it's someone in the building. His wife made the best rice ever.
Still obsessed over food. Chantal, you are in Syria and you're still obsessed over food. You're thinking about food, which leads to you wanting more food, which leads to you being more hungry. You got to get your mind off of food. You're in a place where you don't have an abundance of food. You can't eat whatever you want. Do you see how you trap yourself? You've got a severe food addiction and you're in a place where food just is not plentiful. You need to start thinking of something other than doggone food.
Ever. So good. I was craving rice because I usually eat it in Kuwait.
That's because you're a carb addict. You like carbs, sugar, carbs, bread, uh, sugary coffees, rice, pasta, carbs all day, carbs every day.
And I haven't had rice because really good rice. People cook in the home here. Rice, you know. Do some cameos. La. It's good for my health. Thanks, dollies. You know what I'm hungry for? Just took a whole bath. My driver's license. I'm not driving here. The streets are insane. That I feel bad because that stresses him out too driving.
Angel Fly Kisses says, let's do a cooking stream. Go catch that rooster, girl. Hello, Angel Fly. That rooster might belong to somebody. So Chantal does not have the right to grill up Kevin, the rooster. So encouraging her to unalive an animal just so she can have a meal, so you guys can have a mukbang, is bad form. Really bad. Really bad. It doesn't belong to her. It probably belongs to somebody else. And you're encouraging her to grab up an animal and then put him on the grill? No.
Probably. He doesn't say it, but it's gonna die already. Go catch the rooster. I don't do that, Mary. Are you kidding? Think I would ever do that here? Getting thinner?
She's not getting thinner. I'm sorry if she is, I can't tell. It's hard to tell with Chantal anyway because of those filters.
Yeah.
I mean, I do see that she's lost a bit of swelling, but that doesn't necessarily mean she's lost weight. It could be that she's not eating as much in the way of sodium. So, like, her body isn't retaining the salt and the fluid. It could be just her body just not taking in all the garbage and responding in kind.
Uh, I have to not naturally. It'll just happen. I mean, I don't. The ceiling here, it's not comfortable like at home, you know?
Are you expecting us to feel sorry for you? Because I don't. You flew over there knowing the deal, and you did it anyway. So you can't complain and cry now.
So, it's not comfortable the same. You know, it's not. It's not. It's not seal worth. It's not sealable. Like, what kind of life was I living? I was wasting my entire life.
And your money. Don't forget that part. You're wasting your life and your money and ruining your health for what? For a bunch of fetish guys on YouTube that don't care about you. They care about what they can get out of you and spending thousands of dollars on men that don't give a crap. That would never give a crap. No matter how much money you spent, they're not going to be in love with you ever. Ever. You, you haven't made a single good decision in years.
Laying down, smoking, and eating. That sounds really good right now.
See? It sounds really good. So it's not about looking at that lifestyle and going to yourself, like, what was I thinking? Nah, she wants to go back to that life. It's just that she can't go back to that life right now. But given the chance, she will. She just can't do it now. Yeah, Sunshine Angel says, please don't talk about moving to Syria to lose weight. Yeah, this is respectful. The struggle going on with people, and she's acting like Syria is some sort of a fat camp. Meanwhile, there are people that are struggling to make ends meet and to eat, and she's looking at it as some sort of challenge.
Okay, no sugar. It's
And ceiling in Syria 10 says Sunshine Angel. I know, right? It rubs me the wrong way. So, like, people are not comfortable with the things she's saying. Like, her whole attitude in Syria, it's rubbing people the wrong way. Like, I don't think you're getting it, Chantal. I don't think you're getting where you are, what's going on, and you are being disrespectful AF.
not just because there's no food. It's because of the quality of food, the amount of times I eat, the quantity I eat, and just more activity, like automatically. The kind of you can't be lazy. You just can't. Yeah, my tummy. It bees to Syria. 5G and mold. 5G was killing me. No McDonald's.
Yeah, Swag Daddy says, you said that's what you want to do with your life before. Yeah, she said that. I just want to be, I want to eat until something happens to me. This is what I want to do with my life, and nobody better tell me otherwise. And Chantal's defiant. She's going to do what she wants to do, and no one's going to make her do anything besides that. So it was her life and her choice.
Why no sugar? Hold on. No McDonald's. Name the rooster camel. We know you can't say how miserable you are. Marcus, if I was really miserable, I'd have a meltdown. I haven't even taken my brain pills in days. I don't know where they are.
I think she's talking about her antidepressants. So she had antidepressants, and she hasn't taken them in days. And Chantal, even if you had them with you now, it would take weeks for them to start working because that's how antidepressants work. You have to take them on the regular for an extended period of time for them to just kick in and help you. But you're very spotty when it comes to taking your medicine. That's why the medicine doesn't work as well.
Fast food, none. Maybe KFG. But it's okay. I can have KFG one. I can have try it once at least and have a couple tenders. It's Even Tammy Slayton, look how thin she is now. She said it's I still eat things, but just smaller portions.
See, here's the problem with that and you, Chantal. You don't believe in smaller portions, and neither do your feedies. Even if you tried to eat smaller portions, you would have the mukbang feedie guys get in your face and go, "Oh, I got some money. I'll pay you X amount of money to eat X amount of food." And you're so stupid that you're thinking about the money. You'll grab at the money and you won't care what it does to your health later. You won't care if the meal in question gives you diarrhea or makes you run to the bathroom 10 times or makes you gain another 50 pounds. All you care about is that quick grab of cash. So even if you wanted to eat smaller portions, your problem is you get a whole bunch of feedies around you. They're always going to encourage you to eat more food and keep going because that's what they get off on. And you're happy to provide. Your enablers are your biggest haters. It's not Girl World. It's not the reaction channels. It's not the tarot channels. It's the people in your own chat that know you have an issue with food and they encourage it for their own amusement, their own entertainment, and their own fetish. Understand? Thanks. Glad we understand each other.
People will take offense to you moving to an area that is still dealing with war and talking about using it to cleanse yourself. I'm not using it to cleanse myself. I didn't come here. People are not using their brain. Like, I never said that. I'm not coming here to cleanse myself. Okay? I'm coming here to be with my husband. A byproduct automatically of that will be weight loss because it's a drastic change from my previous lifestyle.
And you thought being a multi layered addict of many different things, that detoxing and coming down and weaning yourself off of different things around a man who already doesn't love you and can't stand you was a good idea? That you were going to get crabby and mean and nasty and be around him at a time when you blew up his life? Like that was going to go over well?
That's it. I'm not coming here thinking it's a friggin' Doctor Now health retreat. Like, 3 to 4 bites, yeah, bro, come back. But you can eat 3 to 4 bites every hour. Tally home. Julia. I want to go to Jordan. Whether of you chose to be there. I can't, I mean, I do have, I guess, I don't know. I mean, yeah, it's not that we don't have a choice, because we do, but
Well, if you have a choice, if you both can go back to Kuwait, why not go back to Kuwait? You can get a place there like you did and have running water and all the electricity you can handle. Why not go back? Unless you can't. Unless you both are afraid to go back. I mean, there's a reason why he's in Syria and there's a reason why you're there with him. So maybe you're both afraid to go back. Because if someone had a choice between being in Syria, where there's limited food, electricity, and so forth, and going to Kuwait, where there's plenty of stuff, why not go back there?
this is his country. I mean, he's from here. He's Syrian. So, you know, but
Yeah, but he wanted to go home. He wanted to go to Canada. He thought you could get him to Canada. He thought wrong. And you let him think wrongly because it worked to your advantage. I'm sure you went over there with full knowledge that you could not get him to Canada. But knowing what he wanted, you let him think what he wanted to think. And you probably figured in your head, it's going to take time for him to figure it out. In the meantime, I've got a place to stay. I can do my YouTube stuff. I can cater to my Foodie clients. But you knew at some point the game would be up. It took him 3 years for him to figure out he was not getting back to Canada. He was not going to go back there with you. And then you blew up his life. Greed was both of your downfalls. You don't think he's mad about that?
Yeah. Anyway. I'm kind of bummed about the battery. I thought our problems with the electric were over.
Interesting. So Vulgar Darling says, I met these girls in Tokyo who went to Jordan. They had to pay someone to watch them at all times. Wow. Interesting.
He never lived here. Yes. Exactly. So it's hard for him. He sounded gloomy. It's hard to be when you're very tired and a bit stressed out. You know?
Yeah, well, you added to that stress. He told you he wanted you to wait a month so that he could find a place for you both. There would be all the conveniences, or at least most of them, maybe in a better area, somewhere with electricity or solar power. And you jumped the gun. And you made things harder than what they had to be just because you were just too doggone eager to be next to him. You just couldn't wait. Although you could have waited, could have gotten a place, you could have rented a room for a couple more weeks, got him some more time. But you were afraid, I think. You were afraid that he would disappear into the wind if you sent him money. So you bullied your way all the way to Syria and said, you're not getting my money unless I am physically there. You wanted to make sure that he did not run off and away from you. And now you're both unhappy.
It's not a comfortable life at all. Like, at all. But it's not... It's livable, you know, I don't know. I don't know what to say. Is he barred from Kuwait? No. His country was never Kuwait. No. Because he could never be a permanent resident there. So, or a citizen. Nobody can unless you're Kuwaiti. Even if...
So Marcus says, then why aren't you in Kuwait? Good question. Why aren't you there?
You marry a Kuwaiti, your wife will not be a citizen ever. Imagine. And so, what do you think for him, for me, you know? That's how it is in the Gulf countries, not just Kuwait. Dama, Syria opens at 10. Says the food is awesome, Corvus. You guys are looking up the restaurants? I want to try shawarma shirt.
Oh, Robbie K. Red says, it's your fault. You broke a law. Admit and move on. Yep. It's too hard for her, though, Robbie. It's too hard for her to admit that she did wrong.
That's not illegal. It's not. To do vlogs and make money?
Oh, let's go back in the chat. There's something up here. Mr. Cassio says, so what level of accountability are you willing to accept? You were in the situation. There is some you have to accept. But she won't, though. She won't accept any accountability. She just will not.
When you're traveling, it's called nomad life. What? I don't think you guys know how to use like whatever research you're doing. Open a McDonald's. While the sanctions have been lifted, it won't be long before there's one. Just watch.
Yeah, but you're not going to be there that long, according to you. It may take a while for Syria to rebuild things. You're not going to be there that long, according to what you said.
Uh-huh. Yeah. No, he wouldn't be in Kuwait. Hello, darling. How do you know? Exactly, you don't. Nobody, like, Kuwait is not stable for expats.
You're not an expat. You were a tourist. You were not over there doing an official job with official training and official skill. You were a tourist. You were not an expat.
So, but even that, whatever. He wouldn't want to be there without me, anyways.
Oh, yes, he would. I disagree strongly with that statement. I think he would love to go back home to Kuwait without you, without the chance of you stalking him. And that's why I'd be very careful if I was you, Chantal. You don't know what he's up to. You don't know what the game plan is. You think that you being in Syria with him is going to stop him from being angry? He might have some sort of revenge in mind. I'd be watching my P's and Q's if I was you.
So, we can go other places, like Syria. No, not always. No, the travel vloggers post when they're in the countries too. Yes. What danger am I in, Namin? I don't think you understand the situation either, because, like, I'm literally not even doing anything. I'm literally, like, here with my husband.
Chantal, if I were you in Syria, I would not be filming anything outside the house. Okay? Just, I wouldn't. Bad idea. The Red Room says people want to see you hurt so bad. Red Room, Red Room, are you new? We don't want to see her hurt. We don't. But I'll tell you who wants to see her hurt. Her. She wants to hurt herself. We don't have to do anything to Chantal. She's doing all the work for us. We don't have to lift a finger. We don't like her. She's a hateful, evil, disgusting woman. But she's doing more damage to herself than anybody could ever do to her. We're just sitting on the bleachers watching the whole thing play out.
So,
Like Chantal is Chantal's biggest punisher.
he said he didn't want me to come at first for my safety.
And you think anything changed between the time that he told you that and now? Like there was some big drastic change that made everything safe? No. Also, read between the lines, Foodie. Read the room. Maybe he was telling you how dangerous it was in Syria, hoping there would be some common sense in your brain and you would figure out, well, as much as I want to be near this dude, it's a dangerous place. Maybe I just shouldn't. Maybe he was trying to put up a barrier between you going there and you not going there, like hoping it would somehow like turn you off. And it did just the opposite. It turned you on because you love chaos. You like being what you perceive to be a bad girl. You like being in the middle of just crazy situations. It turned you on to go to Syria. It really did. You love chaos.
Not because I'm annoying. Like, what?
You are annoying. He was annoyed with you. And this is only like day 3.
The healthcare in Syria is not.
You don't know how annoying and irritating you are, how draining you are. And remember, since Pete's and Salah are similar, remember, Pete's has an explosive temper. I'm sure that Salah might have a bit of the same thing. And he might just let go and scream in your face one day.
Not good. Mm. There are hospitals though. I don't have to tell you guys every little detail. Like, I'm not going to tell you our business.
Well, what you could do is just shut off the camera. I mean, you've already been live like 3+ hours. How long do you need to go? You could just shut off the camera and call it a day.
About why
But nope, you kept going for another couple hours.
we like, like what's going on. Yeah.
If you don't want to say too much, then don't give yourself enough room to say too much. You know, think twice, speak once. A friend of mine taught me that. Think twice, speak once. And that pertains to think about what you say before you say it. And if you don't trust yourself, then don't give yourself too much room to run off at the mouth.
I'm not ignorant at all. Actually, I think I'm more informed than most of you.
No, you're over there like you're hearing the pew pew shots and saying, oh, that's fireworks.
Like people who assume things that are not true about the country or about, Hey, Andrew. No, they don't. You can make your money. Nobody give a F. You can't just act surprised when it's against the law. Where does it say it's against the law to do vlogs and get paid for them in Syria? Where?
Oh, there's plenty of stuff on Twitter, and I've showed them on the Twitter peeps. While you were in Syria and also in Kuwait, you cannot accept donations. No, 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 no. No accepting donations. Nothing electronic. You know this. And I know you know this because you're all over Twitter, because you're spying on people's tweets and people will put stuff out there. I'm sure you've done some reading. You're welcome. And that's why you don't have a super chat goal. And that's why you're not passing out your PayPal link to people. Because you don't want to get in trouble again.
I'll wait.
Now wait too.
How are travel vloggers doing that then?
Because Chantal, when they go to a country, if they plan on doing YouTube stuff, they make sure to get the proper work permits. If they go to certain areas, they make sure that they have permission to go there. Certain vloggers have actually hired security to protect them. They have security, they have guides, but they're not going there alone wherever it is. And as I've heard, a lot of people who go to Syria that to do vlogs, they do not upload anything about Syria until they are back home. They don't upload stuff while in Syria. They wait till they're back in their home country before anything gets put on YouTube, just to be safe.
Yeah. I'm aware of the medical situation. I'm aware of everything.
Ceiling in Syria says, girl, you can't make money on a travel visa. No, you can't, because that's not a work visa. You have to have permission to work, and to do that, you need a work visa. Yep, and Flop Era says travel vloggers upload from their home countries. Yeah, they don't want to risk breaking any laws, getting into trouble, getting fines of that nature.
No, not always Flop Era. That's not true. So yeah. I know. If it was illegal, Chantal would.
And people are telling her in the comments over and over. Ceiling in Syria says they upload from their countries like what is not clicking. K218B says they leave Syria, then post their vlogs. That is how they're able to do what they do.
Wouldn't do it, yeah. Whatever. Nope, not always, K2. Nope. We watch travel vloggers who upload real time, go live real time in the country. Travel with Chris is one of them. There's many.
How do you know that though? How do you know exactly when they arrive and when they leave? Like, You don't know. You don't know when they arrive and when they're gone.
Why are you guys so fixated on that, anyways? Like, why do you just wait around for something like any little slip up? It's so weird. Like, I don't know. Are you miserable in life or something? I don't know.
Ooh, look at her. Spicy Chantal coming out. She hates being corrected. And she looks at someone correcting her and informing her as a form of like hate or criticism. When people are just letting her know, no, you're wrong. This is how people do things to stay within the boundaries of the law. They're not saying these things to hurt her. They're saying, hey, this is how these vloggers do what they do so that they don't get in trouble. You, ma'am, you've already been in trouble in Kuwait. And your beezers are just trying to let you know, hey, you're in Syria now. This is how the vloggers do what they do. And we're telling you this so you don't get in trouble. You need to be aware of these things. And obviously you're not. And she takes any kind of criticism as hateful, when some people are meaning it as just being helpful.
I mean, we have no electricity sometimes, and I'm still not as miserable as people who sit at home obsessing over like stupid little wishing like the worst for someone.
Again, I'm not wishing the worst for you. I don't have to. Your karma is yours. You made it. You created it. You designed it from the ground up. I mean, it is what it is. You made that tower. You built it stone by stone. And just as you built it, so shall it fall. And it's falling because the tower that you built was not strong. It did not have good intention. It is not good for you. It is not good for other people. Therefore, it must fall. Therefore, it must fall. I don't have to wish anything on you, Foodie. I'm just here to watch. I am here to watch the find out stage of the F around. You were in Kuwait effing around. Now you're finding out. I'm just here to be an observer. I'm just here to watch it. I'm not here to interfere. I'm just observing from afar. That's it.
Anyway, that's your karma. I'm not. That's it.
Chantal, do not be concerned with other people's karma. Be concerned with your own. And if I were you, I would be worried about what's coming next, because you've done a lot of awful things to a lot of people. You've done a lot of scamming, a lot of lying, a lot of manipulating. What did I say? What I tell you? I said you can get away with some things some of the time, but not everything all of the time. All it takes is one time. And then your whole life is messed up. Looks like you experienced that one time. Bruce, the kitten. Boy, that toppled everything, did it not? And you're going to go for round two? You're going to create another incident? Well, we'll see.
Anyways, just don't worry about it. It's my problem. Like, it's not yours. You know.
So people are expressing their care and concern about her being there and urging her to go home and be careful. And she's getting defensive and defiant. I honestly don't understand why Beezers put up with her nonsense. Why you Beezers put up with her mouth. She is so incredibly rude. She treats you guys like trash. Why do you put up with her? You don't have to, you know. Swag Daddy says that's how you view it. You're projecting. Some of us care whether you make it out alive. You know what, Beezers? Let me just clue you into something. You all care about her more than she cares about herself. If she cared about herself, she wouldn't have gone to Syria in the first place. But while she's in Syria, she's expecting all of you Beezers to worry over her and lose sleep at night and be in her chats every day just to make sure she's okay. Again, at the same time, she doesn't care about herself. She went to Syria knowing how dangerous it is over there. So she wants you to expand and give away all of your care to her. At the same time, she doesn't care about herself. You're just throwing away emotional resources to this woman.
Huh? I didn't get kicked out of Kuwait. I can go to Kuwait tomorrow if I want to.
And she didn't get kicked out. She got scared. She was afraid of the legal consequences and she left before there were legal consequences. She got on the next plane, went home to Canada, and left Salah to deal with things by himself. And again, you don't think he's mad about that? The fact that she always had the option to go home to Canada where he wanted to be. And if there were any problems, she would leave him holding the bag, and she did. I'm telling you, you guys, he's still mad about that. He has not forgotten it.
Pauses BS.
You know, like he's got a stomach full of bitterness and anger that has not digested at all. He's just holding it in.
Like, they just want you to be homeless and banned in every country. Yeah, I know. It's sad. I don't know, man. Humans are messed up. So, miserable, sad, and miserable, yes. Yep. Yep. Because he knows me. He knows what well, people think they know me, but I even surprise myself with how resilient I can be. So, Pause is a scam, and they're immature little brats. They don't know anything. Whatever. I wanted to leave Kuwait anyway, honestly.
No, you didn't. You need to stop lying. Your nose is going to grow. Birds are going to perch on your nose. It's going to be so long. They're going to think it's a tree. You did not want to leave Kuwait. You built a nice little nest there. You had your Foodie clients. You had your little private space, your internet, your food apps. You were comfortable. Why would you leave? You were grifting money left and right and getting away with it until you couldn't. You did not want to leave Kuwait. You don't like change. You don't like anything new. Stop lying to your beezers.
Good night, Carefree. And Kuwait arc is over. There's nothing to talk about anymore.
Yay! So if the Kuwait arc is over, take off the hijab and take off the abaya. Because let's be real. You don't have the Muslim faith in your heart. Never did. You only put on the abaya and the hijab because you wanted to fit in with Salah. You want to be accepted by him. So if the Kuwait arc is over, why not just take off the abaya and take off the hijab? Just wear normal clothing. Just be more of yourself.
So it's over. Well, let's discuss sober things. Yeah. I was tired. I'm waiting till the day to. I'm waiting a couple more hours to sleep because I'm not gonna go to bed and then the power goes out. I know. Oh yeah, of course they have roasted.
So Pilates Princess says, are you able to speak your mind in Syria as opposed to the issues you were having in Kuwait? No, she can't speak her mind. She told us in Kuwait, I'm going back to Canada to speak my mind. And yet when she got back to Canada, she wasn't speaking her mind. She really didn't. And then she went to Syria.
Yeah. The land of roasted. Speak your mind? No. I'm not going to even bother. At least not on camera.
Ooh, what does that mean? At least not on camera. So does that mean you and Salah are going to have fights and then you're going to let him have an earful of something? That's what it sounds like to me. That when the camera's turned off and he gets on your nerves, you're going to let him have an earful.
No, our refrigerator is old and it's so gross.
What's wrong with it? Show it off. I want to see.
I don't want to use it.
Why? What's wrong? I want to see the refrigerator. You know what? It's probably not as bad as she makes it out to be. Like, how bad can it be?
You heard Kevin really safe? No, I'm okay. Yeah. Yeah. The CPAP, well, you know. Yeah, I get paid for people watching my content, not to interfere in my real life. That rooster reminds me of my grandma at my grandma's house. Yes, I don't want to have to sleep during the day,
But that's what you're going to do. You are going to sleep during the day.
but we'll hopefully, inshallah, we'll fix that today. I haven't been on insulin in a while, and my blood sugars are actually better right now. I don't know.
So I'm confused. I'm really confused. She said earlier that there's really no sense in fixing the solar there because they're not going to be there that long, but yet someone's going to come by and fix it. What? I'm so confused. Are they staying or are they not?
I still take metformin though. You guys don't understand what I was eating in Kuwait.
Oh, trust me, we were there. You showed us what you were eating in the mukbangs. It was entirely too much. You were going too far, and you were happy to eat all that food, every single bit of it. Somebody could pay you to do a mukbang, and you'd think that's not enough food. You were eating until you made yourself sick.
Of course, I'm gonna need insulin. Can we name him Earl? I don't want to tell you my blood sugar. You know? Who's your next door neighbor? No. Rooster's name is Kevin. I don't like that name. I'm just joking. Name him Stu. It's not hot if we have the fan, like at all. It's not like an intense heat like Kuwait. It's you know. Zach. People are miserable and understood, but also too quiet and not well. Just looking out for you. This was a big mistake. Well, to me, it wasn't a mistake. Ramen noodles, and I mean, you're not me. You don't live my life. You have an opinion, but that doesn't make it a fact, right? So, you will worry now about what, Nicole? Don't worry, you guys. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. Like, I swear, Aksimullah, like, wallah, I'm fine. I think we worried about you being there. It's not. It's fine. It's fine. Seriously.
Are you telling us that, Foodie, or are you telling yourself that? It sounds like you're trying to convince yourself, I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm really fine, I'm really fine, I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine. You're trying to convince yourself that everything's fine, aren't you? Yeah, you are.
It's. I don't know how to explain it. But yeah. I don't know if I'll sleep long today because I do want to go out.
No, you don't.
Um, I honestly stay hydrated, yes. What I really want to do is actually like clean. So bad.
Oh, you know what? You're such a liar. I just want to clean. No, you don't.
If there's spiders, that maybe I should be able to take care of myself with, but I don't know. Syrian war dying. Please. It's not about that. It's they have a very they eat healthier real food in this country. And yes, eat less. Why not?
No, you're not going to eat less.
Look at the like I used to eat like a hanzira, like all day and night eating.
Yeah, and you were justifying it because you're like, this is how I make money. People are paying me to eat, therefore it's okay. You were making yourself sick for what? Abusing your insulin for what? For the sake of the feeties and their fetish and their money, trying to gather more of them to you. Fan sponsorships for your mukbangs. You wanted people to pay for the food, pay for your addiction. It's sick. It's so twisted and sick.
I You know what? I should humble myself with the people here and not, you know,
I don't know what it is you're trying to sell me, but I ain't buying it because I'm feeling like it's fake.
I'm being influenced. I'm being around people who are humble, happy despite what they don't have. They focus on what they have.
I'm sorry. I'm looking dead at her face, and I'm not feeling like there's a sense of genuine, sincere, honest change going on here. I feel like this is a whole bunch of lip service, and she's just trying to act as if she's changing in Syria. I'm not feeling it. This is an act. She's acting.
And that's what Islam is about. KFC Kevin. You can eat real food anywhere. No, I can't. The temptation is too much right now. I don't know.
She's trying to act as if she has some humanity and compassion and understanding and being humble, and it's coming off phony. This ain't it. This is not it. I told you long ago, Chantal. Like, there's an old saying: you can't bullshit a bullshitter. Okay, you can't lie to one of your own. You are a food addict, not in recovery. I'm someone that I've gotten in recovery, but you can't lie to one of your own, and you're trying to lie right now. I'm not buying it. I don't see it in your eyes. I don't see that you want to really honestly change from the inside. I think you're just saying a bunch of words, but there's no meaning behind the words. Like you're just putting on a front. Eh, I don't accept what's going on here. No,
A caregiver. It's not really a caregiver because I don't. He doesn't do anything for me like personal care wise. It's not just me. It's his entire culture is like that. The man takes care of the woman. So
not to the extent that he takes care of you. You take it entirely too far. You want him to be your husband and your daddy. I don't think other wives in the Middle East act the way that you do, where they're clingy and they talk in a baby voice and say dad. I don't think the wives over in the Middle East talk like that. You want a husband and a daddy, and you're trying to roll both into one, and you just can't do that. A father has a different mindset, a different approach than a husband or a lover. And you're trying to put them all together on one really strange, weird package. And you expect him to go get your stuff and cater to you, and you treat him like your property. It's like you've got some weird ownership over him. You think that $9,000 was the price tag for Salah? That after you paid that 9 grand that he belongs to you now? He doesn't.
I don't need a caregiver. And if
Yes, you
someone needs a
do. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Yes, you need a caretaker. You cannot do things on your own. What if something happened to you? What if you fell and there was no one around? Who is going to help you? What if you have a medical emergency? Who is going to be around to call 911? You can't even do simple things like putting on your shoes. You can't even see your own feet. You need help with the basic things, Chantal. You do need a caretaker.
Caregiver, why shame them for it? Like, why shame someone for needing a caregiver? It's not, it's not nice. Looking for someone else to make you happy.
You know what's really sad is that you put yourself in a position where you would need a caregiver. You gave up all of your mobility for food, for the feedies, to satisfy their fetish, to keep getting bigger and bigger. It didn't have to go that way. You gave up your freedom, you gave up your independence, you gave up your mobility for those people, for a bunch of strangers that don't care about you, for a fetish that is destroying your body. And you convinced yourself over time, this is a good decision. I'm being smart. Giving up my independence, giving up my mobility when it's the dumbest decision ever because health is wealth. And you gave up all of your wealth to a bunch of strangers.
I don't know if it's about happiness.
YB says looking for someone else to make you happy will never make your cup full like you wish. You will always desire more and feel emptier. True. Like it'll never be enough. She's a woman of extremes. A little will never be enough. Halfway will never be enough. A completely full cup will never be enough. She'll always want more.
I don't know. It's lonely. I don't know. And it's not just for anyone, it's for him. Like I love him, he's my husband. I'm married for a reason.
No, you don't love him. You're obsessed with him. You're obsessed with the idea of controlling him and making him miserable. And I'm telling you, Chantal, be careful. He might snap on you.
You know.
He will surprise you. I'm not saying he's going to physically hurt you, but he may lay into you verbally in a way that you've never seen before. He might just reach his limit with you.
Takes care of our money. Maybe I guess a part of me does like that I don't have to use my brain much with him. I feel maybe it's like that's not fair to him. Like I have to try to be,
No, right. It's not fair to him. You wonder why the men in your life never stick around because you're too much. You're too clingy. You're too controlling. You're too bratty. You're too manipulative. You don't take care of yourself. You're suffocating. You suck all the oxygen out of every room you walk into. And the only way that anybody in that room can breathe is to run out of it into another room where you are not. You suck up other people's life force, and then you wonder, why aren't they sticking around me? You are a taker. You are not a giver, and you take too much.
I take care of him too, though. Like
no, you don't.
You guys don't see the things I do for him, really.
What do you do? Name them.
But
name what you do.
You could do it on your own. Yeah, I mean, I could do it. Like, I set up my own apartment. I had my life, but that's not something I wanted. Like, once I was there.
Yeah, she didn't want her own apartment where if she screwed up, if she caused damage, her name is on the lease and it's going to come back and bite her in the butt. She did not want to be responsible for anything because she knows how sloppy and nasty she is. And she doesn't want to deal with the consequences of what she chooses to do.
Like in Kuwait, I was like, instantly, like I'm so impulsive. Like I booked the ticket the next day to leave. And even Salah was like, Stani Shui, like, wait a little bit. No, I'm out of here. And I visualized, like, while I was on the plane, like, Yeah, self-medicating in my own apartment, AC, beezing, Mario beezing, and eating. Like, is that really living?
So basically, you were in your own place, and your complaint was, I don't know what to do with myself. I want to be around Salah because I need someone to entertain me and keep me occupied. That's pretty much it. You don't know what to do alone. You don't do alone well.
I was still depressed, very much, but a different kind. Like, I'm not depressed right now at all. Like, I feel, you know,
Yeah, you're back in your happy place. You got Salah around to drive crazy and you get to control him. But I'm telling you, Chantal, it's not like it was in Kuwait. He's got all the power and you have none.
yeah, well,
Like if you were flying to Syria with a smile on your face, thinking you were going to tell him what to do, no.
have I ever been truly happy? Katima Vic, when I'm living life, forcing myself, like, it's hard and you feel exhausted and you feel like, what am I doing? But then after you start to feel, the more you do it, the more expose yourself to, like, you feel good. You feel like you're learning something. You're learning to be more humble. You're learning like different things about life that you know don't involve consumerism to make you happy. That's what I was doing in Canada. I don't know. I like the Arab culture. It's more welcoming. It's a more simple type of life, and it's. I don't know how to. If you haven't experienced it,
Mrs. Blackwood says, so you weren't thinking about your husband when you ran off at all? No, she wasn't.
you can't really know what it's like. I don't know. Yeah, it is living life, Angela. To me, it is going out, interacting with all kinds of really nice.
Average hot dog says, your privilege is showing, Chantal. There are many people in Syria who would happily move to Canada and play Nintendo Switch and have access to food and water. Agreed.
People, being places you've never been, exploring the beauty of a country, the traditions, the cultures, even if it's risky, whatever. I don't know. You know, putting pressure on a man to take care of you.
Yep. And that's why your relationships never work. You put so much pressure on whoever the guy is to entertain you, to keep you occupied, to keep you from feeling lonely, to keep you from eating, to keep you from indulging in your addictions. Like they can't live their life because of you. You expect that man to just devote every single second to you, and nobody can live like that.
Yeah, I think he wanted to be like, I think he feels really responsible when the power goes out. Or Kevin KFC.
Leave Kevin alone. Don't touch Kevin. I'm sure Kevin belongs to somebody and it's not your property, ma'am.
I think I would travel somewhere else if I had to leave here. I don't want to go back to the same boring life. Not right now. I don't know. I feel like there's.
The thing is, if she could take Salah to Canada, if she didn't have the insecurities that she has about Salah, because she knows that as soon as he touches down in Canada, he's out, he's gone. But if she didn't have the insecurities that she has about Salah, and they were both in Canada, she'd be happy to stay in Canada. She'd be talking up Canada. She just doesn't like the idea of Salah being in another place without her because she doesn't know what he's up to.
Something I should be doing.
And just ceiling is just not it. Yeah, there's a gunshot. I said, why don't we go to Malaysia? We didn't want to.
So she's telling us that she suggested Malaysia, and for some reason, Salah did not want to go to Malaysia. I wonder why.
This needs to take care of Iran. Put bags into my eyes. Yep, that's fine, Judy. Then if it triggers you, don't watch exactly. See ya. Yes, my husband is worth it.
Oh, so Naman Rudel says no man is worth this, especially a man who cheated on you. I say because I know, and I actually agree with Naman Rudels.
You know? So, broken back, that's
She looks like a floating head right now because it's so dark.
good for your husband. Nice. MacBook. We don't have a fridge, so it doesn't matter. It's the little things. You used to be aggravated when he fell asleep during a movie. Now you're thankful to hear him sleeping. Change in perspective is everything. Exactly. I know the risk. I might never be able to leave if things get bad. I know.
Yeah, people are telling her like it's very risky going over there. Like you got in, but who knows if you can get back out? And she knows the risk, and she's acting like I don't care. I want to be near Salah. I don't care. I mean, there could be the possibility, Chantal, that he could leave, but you can't, and you're going to be stuck there with no access to your money, girl. What's going to happen if that happens?
You know. She's a paid member, so I should what? Kiss her butt? I don't do that. That's not me. If you don't want to be here, I'm saying, then yes, I agree. Please. Lip gloss in the darkness. Hey, Syrian blackout. Yes. He's not selfish. He said I could go. But 1, 2, 3, 4. So yes. Like the boy, 2 boys working there. They must have been 16. They were talking amongst each other. I was standing there, and I was like, "Oh, hello, like I'm here," and they did that to like everyone that was going there. I watched. Um, he was convicted for over 30 felonies. Yeah. Anyway, I've been to the U.S. Have you been to Syria? I've been to.
She's see how the tone has changed in this live. It's flipped over more than a few times. Like she's just from one side of things to the other, to the other, to the other. Like the tone just kept flipping with her. Like first she's calm, the next minute she's defensive, going after her beezers and just getting snotty with them. Like, my goodness.
To the U.S. many times, and we're kind of neighbors, so. And knowing about the political situation, like people don't know, like surreal power. um, I hope that wasn't racist about Chinese food. I don't know. They do eat cats and dogs in some parts. It's like a documentary.
Okay, she made a very offensive comment, and my apologies to anyone that has to hear it, but just so we're clear, because it's probably going to pop up on Twitter, what did she say?
Why are you? I don't know.
Like people were asking about Smokey. What happened to Smokey? And she said she shipped Smokey off to China to be turned into food. She was making a very racist joke towards Asian people. And it's not funny. Definitely not funny.
Do your work today? Strength. There you go. No, I'm staying out of politics. I might like in vlogs if I show something like I might explain what happened, but I'm not going to give my opinion on it because I'm not going there. You know, while I'm here. But most people seem to have there's like a majority opinion, I guess, because you can see the flags everywhere. I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, whatever. I never follow the Canada advisory. I said that about Cuba when I went to Cuba. I'm doing what I want instead of crying, yes. Where's the rooster? It sounds like it's right in front of the house. Other places, I'm not going out there alone, ACP, but yeah, just driving down the street is an adventure, honestly. I need to do a, yeah, I like Syria. I've had like some fun times, you know, so.
Kevin going off in the background.
I'm thinking I gotta go to a supermarket. I have like no good cleaning supplies. It needs a really good cleaning.
I got news for Chantal. Just even when it becomes daylight, Kevin is not going to shut up. He will crow for quite a while. Trust me, I know. That's all the roasters do all day long. They crow.
Well, I don't know. No, Barb, I'm not. It's her real power. um, I hope that wasn't racist about Chinese food. I don't know. They do eat cats and dogs in some parts. It's like a documentary. So how is it racism?
Because you really shouldn't be saying things like that. You really shouldn't be saying things like that, Chantal. It is tacky and it's wrong.
Just waiting. Yeah, there it is. That's racist. There we go. There's always one. Oh, sorry. I mean, people actually do eat cats. It's a thing. There's like whole organizations that rescue dogs and cats from being eaten. So, and it's a joke. The personal question I'm not going to answer. Yes, I say my battery. This cord is crap. Doesn't charge at all. The sun is starting to come out, Shui. Oh, come on, power. Seem positive, exactly.
Okay, you know what? We're done here. She's getting boring. She's mumbling. We don't need to go any further. So that's it for part two of her Finally Live and Fussy react. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you have, please like and subscribe and leave a comment. Thank you guys so much for being here, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Until then, take care of yourselves and each other. Bye.